Hey guys, Tony Michaels from the Sports Pick Portal. Hopefully you guys cashed in on week 17. I went 9-7. Not great, but not horrible. Still collecting some money. Both of the overs hit. I didn't count those in my records. I should have, but I didn't. The Giants and the Cowboys and the Redskins and the Eagles, anytime those teams play each other, any combination, the majority of the time, I would say 70% of the time, it's going over. It's just the way these teams are built to play each other, and it doesn't matter who's in and who's out in these matchups. You usually just take those plays and lock it in. I'm going to go over the playoff picture here for the wild card weekend. But first, I'm going to go over some numbers with you guys. Tony Michaels finished 142-13 with 4 ties. It's 56% on the entire NFL season, picking every single game, and I added a few over and unders on the way in there. That's pretty good. Anytime you get over 53%, guys, that's a big profit if you play the game right. This is against the point spread, so you don't have to worry about these guys tricking you with money lines. I'm not here to prove anything. I just want to go over these numbers. 35-16 on my best bets. That's 69% on the season. You're probably not going to see that much anywhere. If you're just focusing on those best bets, that's what I do. But I do pick all the games for you, and 56% on all the games is pretty remarkable. You could see me on bestsportspickstoday.com. I'm the featured handicapper. Sports Pick Portal, of course. I'm the featured guy. Premium Picks, I'm at the top. The Capper Tech is another site, another big handicapping site. And also the MyBookie Handicapping Invitational. There were hundreds of sports handicappers, and I was in the lead the entire season, and I choked a little bit at the end, and only you pick 5 games every week, and whoever gets the most wins. I tied for first in that, so I took down the championship in a tie. So I just want to give a shout out to those guys over at MyBookie. Thanks for inviting me in. And we're going to keep this thing going, and hopefully I could be a name to be reckoned with here as the years go on. I haven't really did this much on video, but I was told to do it, and I'm doing it. So let's look at the wild card weekend. We'll go over these games, and then I want to go over a ranking of the 12 teams in the playoffs and tell you guys what I think is going to happen. There are some games that I really like this weekend. So the first one is we got the Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans. Buffalo Bills +3, guys. It's already going to 2.5. So try to lock it in if you're going to take the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills here. They've proven me wrong. I've went against a lot, and their defense is no joke. Their offense is not great. And everybody's going to probably, the late money I would say is going to be on the Houston Texans here. So this is a game that I'm going to focus on as a play. Not a huge play, but definitely a play to get my weekend started here. Anytime Houston is supposed to win, they don't, guys. So should be a nice close game here, and that prolific offense of Houston is going to be slowed down quite a bit. Second game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the New England Patriots. Look, guys, if this game was played 100 times, I would say 99 times the Patriots are going to win. There's so many things going for them. They came off a huge loss at home to a Miami Dolphins team. You just gotta, it's not the same New England team we're used to seeing, but it's a little different. And Belichick is going to make the adjustments here. There's no reason why they shouldn't beat this team. -4.5 could be a close game. You know, I don't play a lot of money line picks, especially when they're favorite. And I don't suggest this on anything. If you're going to play money line favorites, never do it every day. Maybe once a week, once a month. This is going to be my once a year because I don't really go with money line. But -200, I found the New England Patriots at home against a Tennessee Titans team that is not that good. They play good against the teams that are not so good. This Patriots defense is pretty good. Brady knows how to win this time of year. So does Belichick. They're going to make the adjustments. This could be my lock of the month, maybe lock of the year. New England's not going to lose this game, guys. So lock it in. Maybe hit it with a couple parlays, money line. 4.5 should be good here, but you know you want guaranteed money, and I think the money line is guaranteed. Then we go to Sunday, the noon game. The Minnesota Vikings at the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans -8 at home. They have every reason to be -8. They should have had a bye the first week. They're that good of a team. The Vikings are up and down. A lot of guys are getting hurt, which is causing them to lose games. This time of year is really hard for me, especially in the playoffs, to take a team -8. I know they're at home. It's not a game I'm going to play, but I'm going to give it to you guys. I'm going to take the Vikings plus the 8. I think if you wait till Sunday, you're probably, you know, all the people that lost on that Houston Texans game, because they're going to take the Texans. Hopefully they're smart and they get it back with the Patriots, but there are a lot of Patriot haters out there that are just going to bet against them because they hate them, and I hate them too, but I'm not going to, you know, this is a good investment here. It's a good investment to take, and they're all going to go on the New Orleans Saints. That money's going to get rolled over, maybe even on a parlay. So you could get +9, +10 with the Vikings. I think it's a decent play. Another game I really like here is the Seattle Seahawks at the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, Philadelphia has looked terrible all year. I know they had that magic last year and were able to beat a couple teams, you know, in the playoffs there, one being my Chicago Bears. It's not going to happen against Seattle, man. Seattle's one of the top teams in the playoffs here, and they lost, you know, a big game at home. They seem to do good on the road. They just have the players to win. There's no reason I see Philadelphia winning this game. Seattle's -2. I'm going to take the money line at -125. I'm going big on this one, and I'm going big on the Patriots. I'm looking to go 2-0 here on my plays. Hopefully 4-0 for you guys. Now we're going to rank these teams from top to bottom, or actually we're going to go bottom to top. It makes it a little more suspenseful. I got the 12th best team in the playoffs here is the Tennessee Titans. I just do that just because of their matchup here. And I think that, you know, they're pretty equal with Philadelphia Eagles. If, you know, you look at power ratings, and this is what we're going to call it. So I'm going to say Tennessee at 12, Philadelphia at 11. Then I got Houston at 10, which is a surprise for some people, because I got Buffalo beating them, so I got to put them at 9 because I think Buffalo's the better team here. I got Minnesota at 8. You know, I don't think they could win, but they're definitely better than those other teams, you know, especially if, you know, some of their key players come back from injury here. They have a chance to upset. You know, then I got the Packers. You know, I know that I have a few wild card teams ranked better than the Packers. I just, you know, they're just not a team that I could see going far. You know, they're a team with Rodgers that has a lot of chances to win, especially when you got that guy under the gun. I just don't like them this year, and I think they're overrated, and their record doesn't show what they really are. So that's why I put them at 7. I got the Patriots at 6, believe it or not. A lot of people are shaking their head at these rankings, but I don't think that they're going to do very well in the next round. And if they do, this team is not going to make the Super Bowl, guys. So all you New England Patriot fans, I'm sorry to say it, they're not going to do it this time, man. The road for them to do it is highly unlikely. They're going to have to go into some pretty tough places and win, and I don't see that. Then I got Seattle at 5 and the Chiefs at 5. So I got them both at 5 and 4. So I flipped them at the last second here because I think Seattle is better than Kansas City. So I put Kansas City at 5. Sorry for the confusion there. I got my little arrows as I'm thinking of this. You know, Kansas City is good. Mahomes ain't what he was. You know, he's just a flash of what he was. And that being said, they're going to need, you know, Mahomes of the old last year to make it, and they still didn't make the Super Bowl with that Mahomes. What makes you think they're going to make it with this Mahomes? He's still injured, guys, and they're a decent team, and they can win. But I just can't see it. That's why I got them at 5. Seattle is a team that I fear. Because the team that I have to win the Super Bowl, which I told you guys from the beginning of the season, and we got very good odds if we lock that in. I'm scared of this Seattle team. Russell Wilson could do everything. He's one of the elite quarterbacks. I would say he could be the top quarterback in the league. You know, a lot of people are leaning towards the guy on the Baltimore Ravens, but this guy does it all too, and you never count him out. And if there's a game in the playoffs here, he could win. That's why I ranked them at 4. I got the Saints at 3. I really like Seattle just as much as the Saints, but I give them the nod just a little bit because they're going to have some more home games, and I know that shouldn't count for power rankings, but it kind of does in the playoffs here. And Saints at 3. You know, there's nothing to be said with the Saints. They've been playing well all year. They're pretty consistent. They can win games. They battle till the end. They're one of those teams, if they have the ball, the last possession, they're going to win. And those are the teams that you want to focus on. Seattle's one of them, which they did have the ball at the end, and they lost it because of a penalty. And they should have beat the 49ers, and they didn't. And I'm glad they didn't. But so this is going to be surprising. So I did take, you know, the Saints at 3. But surprising, I got the Ravens at 2 and the 49ers at 1. Reason being, the San Francisco 49ers can do it all. So could the Ravens. I understand, and I do expect, you know, a Super Bowl rematch here with the 49ers coming on top. But, you know, there's Seattle in the way. There are the Saints in the way. This NFC is going to be tough game for the 49ers. But the 49ers defense is healthy. Their offense is healthy. They got Munster running. Raheem Mostert. I mean, this guy is what I thought he was going to be. He bloomed a little late. They're sticking with him. He could score at any time. George Kittle is the key factor here for me. When you have a tight end like this on your team that wants to win, this is Gronkowski right here. And you see what he did. He stepped it up and stepped it up and stepped it up. This guy's going to do that. And even if he's hurt, he's going to play. I do like Lamar Jackson a lot. I wouldn't be shocked. I actually think that the Ravens can win the Super Bowl. I have 2 Super Bowl tickets, one on each of those guys, and I'll share it with you guys. If that is the Super Bowl matchup, I'll share you a few of my tickets that I have spread around. Some of them are online. Some of them are physical tickets from the sports books.